Good morning. It is the Drake Toll Show on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization. Yes, the one where they dance. And Locked On Big 12. We got a lot to get to today. Hyperbolic most days, right? The radio host comes and oh, we got a packed show for you today. Olivia Rodrigo's here. Will Ferrell hosts. No, it is a travesty what happened in the National Hockey League. The Golden Knights 2, the Avalanche 1. The Golden Knights sweep Colorado. Oklahoma City, 127. San Antonio, 114. 13-point deficit and a 3-2 series lead. Is that insurmountable for a guy named Victor Wembanyama? Oh, Brendan Sorsby, the quarterback at Texas Tech. You mean the former quarterback at Texas Tech. The NCAA said, hey, forever, the rest of time, you can never play here again. Whatever college you want to play in, NCAA, you can't. You're not allowed to. Pending an appeal. Or the New York Knicks. This is the second day in 27 years. Right? You bank it up. This is after 27 years. This is the second day. You can say the New York Knicks are in the NBA Finals. Do they have any chance against a red-hot Thunder or a rallying Spurs? That's still a big question weighing on the minds of those in New York with less than a week before the NBA Finals officially starts. This is the first day of the rest of our lives. What else could you want? 310-840-4910. 310-840-4910. If you did not see it last night, we will start in basketball. The Spurs. If you did see it last night, we will start in basketball. Spurs Thunder. This is a trend in the series. San Antonio leads early. San Antonio gets out to a hot start. They were doubling up OKC 16-8. But you knew, and you should know, with the dominance and depth of OKC, San Antonio getting up by 8, 10, 15. They've been up by any number of those this entire series in the first quarter. It does not matter. Oklahoma City's the best team in basketball. Now, I'm going to get to the thesis I'm going to get to in this show over the course of our 3 hours together from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. as you wake up in Axtell, Texas. The thesis is going to be, hey, I don't think San Antonio's out of the series. I think San Antonio will force 7. Victor Wembanyama will force 7. But before I can get to that thesis, there's one thing I have to do to open the show. That's tell you the Oklahoma City Thunder are the best team in the NBA. That is, it doesn't mean I can't give you reasons why I think San Antonio will win game 6 and possibly game 7, the same way they did game 1 in Oklahoma City. But from a depth standpoint, a talent standpoint, top to bottom, 1 to 12, there is nobody like Oklahoma City. 1 to 8, 1 to 10, there's nobody like Oklahoma City. There are maybe a couple teams you could argue, like, hey, 1 through 4, 1 through 5, they're a little bit better than OKC, and the Spurs might be one of those teams. But once you get to that first guy off the bench, second guy off the bench, Oklahoma City is playing dudes that would start almost anywhere else in this league. And now San Antonio, after a long, grueling, brutal playoffs, and the Timberwolves gave them all they could handle, now San Antonio is petering out. This road game didn't look, it had no mirror to game 1, where in Oklahoma City, Victor Wembanyama was a star, and the Spurs won. Last night, the Thunder kept pushing and pushing. Oh, we're up by 7. Nope, we're up by 10. Oh, now we're up by 15. How? 18. Oh no. Oh, you made a run. Now we're only up by 9. Oh, kidding. We're up by 13. Oklahoma City just they dangled the keys. There's nothing San Antonio could do. If the Thunder are shooting 44% from 3, which they were, 48% from the field, 33 for 38 at the free throw line. So many whistles in this game. So many whistles. It's going to be tough to beat that version of the Oklahoma City Thunder, who led for 78% of the game last night. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 7 for 19. Is that good? Not particularly. Not at all, actually. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 32 points. Well, how that happens? What that means? 16 for 17 at the free throw line. Now, SGA is not beating the flopping allegations, but it doesn't have to. SGA was getting fouled last night. The whistle was at least consistent, at least on the Thunder side. You knew that SGA was going to get the whistle. He was going to the line. And for San Antonio, team leader in points, Castle. Rebounds, Champagne. Assists, Fox. Where's Victor Wembanyama? It is 38 minutes, 20 points, 4 for 15 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3. And of those 20 points, similar to SGA, 12 for 12 at the free throw line. That's not the normal Victor Wembanyama stat line. No, Isaiah Hartenstein is on him like a pig in slop. And the Thunder win it, 127-114. But how did we get there? Let's take you back to last night. Spurs, early lead and momentum. Listen to the silence. The sound of it. At Oklahoma City last night after the Spurs go up 20-17 on a Wemby alley-oop.
Bodies down. Johnson goes inside to Wemby. That's the way to get going. Alley-oop dunk.
Dead silent. Oh, no. We saw the script in game one. Come on, Thunder, do something. They do. Oklahoma City would respond momentarily by going on a 15-3 run that would make it 39-30. Jalen Williams with a 3-point exclamation point on the run, and the whole place goes nuts.
Holmgren working inside with Harper. Wallace the push. Caruso moves it. Williams a 3. Timeout, San Antonio.
It's Mike Tirico on NBC with the call. All right. Oklahoma City's back 39-30. A few minutes later, start the clock again on a San Antonio 9-0 run that would make it 45-44. Just a 1-point deficit for the Spurs. Keldon Johnson slam it home.
But you don't want to see that in a flagrant one. Oh, look at this.
Keldon Johnson, bully ball 101. It is a 1-point game.
Momentum back. The pendulum swinging towards San Antonio. Uh-oh. But from there, it was at that 45-44 mark. It is as if Oklahoma City's just, hey, let's casually take this to 49-46. That turns into 54-46, then 54-49. And it was that kind of 5-point, 6-point, 8-point rest of the first half. You stayed within that arm's length, and Oklahoma City would lead by double digits, 69-58 at halftime over San Antonio, and not quite look back. That's about where the final score landed, at a 13-point deficit as compared to that 11-point deficit of the first half. Let's coast. We're Oklahoma City. We can do that. That slow buildup, followed by the daggers, the final shots that did it. And Jared McCain was the one to do so. I don't even know. It started to look like, because again, anytime the Spurs would get within 7, the Thunder would just right back out. It started to look like there was nothing San Antonio. The magnet was in the ball for OKC. Jared McCain falling away, scoop shot, flip it around, bounce on it, crazy style in the third quarter for the Thunder to lead by 18 points.
Rough, tough, thick, and physical. McCain and his arm. Oh! It fucks his arm, and he scored anyway!
I love the Tirico. Whoa! It freaked him out. That's the moment. Early third quarter. Oh, no, everything's going in. Everything's going in. Then on to the fourth, where Jared McCain did it again, this time from deep.
Gilgeous-Alexander, now the ball handler, McCain, lifting, launching, knocking a 3! Timeout, Spurs!
118-103, 3:42 remaining. Any of those, I don't know, they're only down by 12. Could the Spurs go on a late run? That was squashed by Jared McCain, a stud last night for the Thunder. McCain, top-notch, namely in the clutch. His final stat line, 33 minutes, 20 points. on 7 for 19, which we talked about earlier is not great. But Jared McCain made the most of the opportunities he was given when it counted at the highest level. Welcome to the starting lineup. Final call last night, Oklahoma City. I asked you yesterday, I said it the other day, we haven't seen this 125, 130-point performance from OKC this postseason. When do we get that? The Spurs defense is pretty good. We got it. We got it last night. 127-114. Mike Tirico, bring us home.
Game number 5 to the Thunder. One win from a return to the finals. And an epic Game 6 awaits us on Thursday night.
Now, I told you that I told you the Thunder had early struggles in this, and that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's stat line did not look great. And especially his shooting from the floor did not look great. He would go on to say this was one of the worst games of his career, one of the worst starts of his career at least, and he felt like that. But I don't even want to hear from him on that. I'd rather hear from Mark Daigneault on SGA having a tough start, because Daigneault's like, dude, we this is the MVP. Everything and the team around him to lift him up. Here's Mark Daigneault on SGA not having it in the opening.
I mean, like I've said before, I'm not like crazy about who the starters are. It's just the first substitution. We just thought, he could give us some good stuff with that unit, just based on where we are right now with a couple of guys out. And he did. He was really good. His pop early was excellent. And he kept himself in the game, and had that flurry in the third and then the flurry again in the fourth. So great mental toughness. I never take it for granted when somebody steps into a role like that in a game like this, but certainly not surprised. He's got great moxie and confidence, and he showed that tonight.
Stepped up late. That moxie, that confidence when it mattered, stepped up. And now here's where I was wrong. Here's where I was the idiot of the day on this series. I said, and maybe I have to stand by it because the series isn't over, but it's at least where I was wrong last night. I said that San Antonio has the better 5. Hey, our 5, that starting 5, is better than any iteration that Oklahoma City can throw on the floor. Victor Wembanyama, huge piece of that. And a healthy De'Aaron, San Antonio at health. And that Oklahoma City, you can have your 12 players. San Antonio's just they have to know, hey, our starters, our best 5, will play 38 minutes apiece. Sorry. But if you can go do that and win 4 games out of this series, we can go to the NBA Finals. Deal? Handshake. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Thunder have proven me wrong that this depth doesn't have to mean as much, that San Antonio can overcome the depth of OKC. Here's SGA at the podium saying, hey, Drake Toll, our depth is why we win.
Shai, heard you on the broadcast walk-off interview say you felt like that was one of your worst starts. What do you think about the way that the team was able to withstand that and how you responded once you were able to kind of steady yourself?
Yeah, the team was huge tonight, obviously. Let me just mention Chet was big to start the game. Obviously, the bench group came in, gave great minutes. But, yeah, those guys, I always say, we're a team out there. We don't get this far. I don't have this individual success. This team doesn't have this success without all 15 guys in the locker room, and we proved it tonight. If it was 4-5 me's out there, we would have been down 20 after the first quarter. But the guys were great to start the game. I probably should never start like that again and give us a better chance to win a ball game, but the guys held it down.
The depth. Those guys held it down. I, on the other end, was proven right. Again, Mitch Johnson. As much as SGA wanted to throw it back in my face and say, hey, it's the depth. That's the reason I can play poorly and Oklahoma City still wins. Even the head coach, Mitch Johnson, of the San Antonio Spurs, got to the podium and was asked, here's what I want from you. This is like a 3-minute deal. We're going to play the first minute of it. Here's what I want from you. Listen to how spaced out dejected Mitch Johnson is talking about fatigue. He sounds fatigued when talking about fatigue. Like, does this sound like a coach who's about to go win 2 straight games in the conference finals? Mitch Johnson in his post-game presser.
Are you looking at ways to sort of create advantages or scheme for the exhaustion at all, or is that something you're not looking at?
There's probably moments where you feel like the game can be in the balance or really crucial part of the game, I guess, whether you're making a run or the other team's making a run. And sometimes that can supersede the typical rotation or what you're trying to do. But, there's an understanding that if we want these guys to play a certain way, they have to be able to have energy to do it. And so sometimes you just got to make a gut call on that in terms of, what that means in the moment and playing certain guys and what the return on that could be.
You probably could barely focus on what he was actually saying. This idea, it wasn't bad, actually, this idea that you have to supersede your own ability here because it's you have a chance to go to the NBA Finals. I just couldn't, you could barely understand it. It's like, what, is he okay? You have game 6 and a possible game 7 left, Mitch. You can't sound like that. You're asked about your team's fatigue and how you rotate them, and you yourself sound like you need an IV. That's a bad sign if you're the San Antonio Spurs. That's a bad sign. Coming up, the bad sign was there, is still here. It's brought down upon you if you are a fan of the Colorado Avalanche. This is one of the great fall-aparts I've ever seen in hockey because the Golden Knights, who fired their coach in the regular season, just swept the Colorado Avalanche to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. That's nuts. Coming up, how did that happen? Addy Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The Knicks are
trucking, got my chips cashed in, keep trucking, like the Doodah Man, together, more or less in line, just keep trucking on.
Arrows of neon and flashing marquees out on Main Street, Chicago, New York, Detroit, and it's all on the same street. A typical city involved in a typical daydream. Hang it up and see what tomorrow brings.
Dallas got a soft machine. Houston, too close to New Orleans. New York got the ways and means and just won't let you be.
The cats that you meet on the street speak of true love. Most of the time they're sitting and crying at home. One of these days they know they gotta get going. Out of the door and down to the street all alone.
Trucking like the Doodah Man once told me you got to play your hand. Sometimes the cards ain't worth a dime if you don't lay them down. Sometimes the light's all shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me. What a long, strange trip it's been.
What in the world ever became of Sweet Jane? well, you know she isn't the same. Living on Reds, vitamin C, and cocaine. All a friend can say is ain't it a shame.
Trucking up to Buffalo, been thinking you got to mellow slow. It takes time to pick a place to go and just keep trucking on.
Sitting and staring out of the hotel window. Got a tip, they're gonna kick the door in again. I'd like to get some sleep before I travel, but if you got a warrant, I guess you're gonna come in.
Busted down on Bourbon Street, set up like a bowling pin, knocked down. It gets to wearing thin, it just won't let you be.
You're sick of hanging around and you like to travel. Get tired of traveling, you wanna settle down. I guess I can't revoke your soul for trying. Get out of the door, light out and look all around.
Sometimes the light's all shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me. What a long, strange trip it's been. Trucking, I'm going home. Whoa, whoa, baby, back where I belong. Back home, sit down and patch my bones and get back trucking. Come on, come on. Trucking.
Interesting, Christine.
And I was taking shots from the front and the back.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
Westwood One!
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you. You can listen to the entirety of the program on the Westwood One Sports app right now, or the Drake Toll Show YouTube page, or watch back, listen back, wherever you get your podcasts. That was 6. Curtis has only allowed 5 drops.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
Addy, grab, you got him. You take care of this.
Curtis, do you know what that means for tomorrow? You only get 4, Curtis.
No, because I love it too. It makes it so fun for me.
Curtis!
Big gooner.
Curtis.
It came in so fast and so hard.
Curtis, what do you have to say for yourself?
Some more? You want some more?
Anyway.
I mean, who doesn't want a little more? What do you have to say for yourself?
Death! Taxes! Tanner Thomas long balls!
Yeah, Drake has an obsession with Tanner Thomas's long balls.
What?
I don't. I said it one time.
I put like 16 of them. Is that better?
That's one more time than any other person has ever had an obsession with his long balls.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Curtis, I'm a little disappointed in you, okay?
Sound like my parents.
Goodness. Oh, wow.
Well, Curtis, you have one
that
job,
got
and
me.
that's to play sound drops and press buttons, and you
It's more than one.
Yeah,
we keeping a book right now. We ass.
He's the hottest one on the show. People
That is true.
People watch the YouTube to see Curtis.
That is true.
With his little chain out. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
Curtis.
cute.
Do it to
A little
him.
drip today. That ice on your neck.
Curtis, it's not even. It's
soft
not even.
smile.
It's not even like a plain black tee. There's actually a logo. What's going on today?
Wow.
Curtis? Who are you dressing
Wow.
up for?
Leveled up.
Zelda on it. Does your shirt say Zelda today?
It is a Zelda shirt, yeah. Hell yeah.
Whoa! Who's your favorite Zelda character? Come on, you can do it.
Zelda.
No, Link, Zelda's useless.
Duh. Oh.
Okay, Zelda's useless. Is that the quote of the
This gets
day?
kidnapped.
That's the Curtis quote of the
Curtis,
day.
who do you play? Who do you play whenever you play Super Smash Bros? What character do you choose?
Probably Link, honestly.
Why? Ike's so much hotter.
It's OG.
Oh.
You ever play as the turtle or the big gorilla?
Donkey Kong.
Only that turtle.
Yeah. There are a few turtles, now to think about it. Bowser, turtle variety.
Right,
Yoshi,
right.
turtle.
Right.
She's like a dinosaur.
Yoshi's turtle? Oh, no.
Bowser's just Jack Black.
My little cousin likes to make it to where we all are Diddy Kong, and he likes to call it a Diddy Kong party. And then we're all just a little.
That's a good bet.
Not the cousin that likes me on the most on the show.
No, that's my other cousin. That is my other cousin who loves Curtis. Loves Curtis.
Based.
Says he's the homie pepperoni, wants to make him cookies. But I just think by the time they get to you, Curtis, in California from D.C., that they wouldn't be good.
Vacuum seal. With the air getting there and it was
They love
mold and
Curtis.
stuff. Addie, what are your thoughts on this whole Colorado Avalanche sucking situation?
Whoa.
What?
Wow, that's a little personal.
Very dissimilar from the Diana Rossini, Mike Vrabel sucking situation. That was a
Right,
much different situation.
right.
Of suck. Yeah, correct.
Inside
No, this
her.
is. It's funny. We talked about this yesterday. The Golden Knights, man, you cannot get rid of them. No matter what, they're scrappy. They really do remind me of, Golden Knights of years past. Wow, deep take right there. No, it's just the Colorado Avalanche. They've had their fun. I'll be honest with you. They've won. They've done it. They're good. I think it's time to move on. I love this Vegas Golden Knights team, and they deserve it. You saw them. You've seen them in the postseason. You saw what they looked like. Yeah? Were you surprised by this?
Yeah, 100%. I'd be aggressively surprised. Couldn't have been more surprised, actually. And they looked good live. They did. They looked as physical as I thought they would, faster than I thought they would. And that was impressive considering double overtime against the Mammoth, the game that I was on hand for. But the Avs are just so good. The Avs are the best team in hockey. They're the best team in the last decade in the regular season. They're all these things that people told you a month ago that I told you a month ago, and every hockey guest we had on here said, yeah, it's a crash course for the Avs to win the Cup. There's just nobody else who has what the Avs have. And I get Nathan McKinnon's banged up, and I understand that injuries happen, but tomorrow if SGA goes down, I think the Thunder still are the favorite to win the NBA title. They have that kind of depth. You're the Colorado. You don't have the regular season the Avs did without having extreme depth and being able to play without a star if your star is banged up or half a star. And there's not an excuse for a team as good as Colorado to lose a series like this.
Yeah, but I don't think Vegas is as bad as we're making them out to be. I don't think they were this team that's going to be
I'm
there's
saying
no
more-
chance
yeah,
they
I
win.
agree.
I don't think there's
Right.
that kind of thing. I think Vegas had a better shot against Colorado than the Canadians had against the Hurricanes. Honestly, the Canadians are good. Trust me, they knocked out my Tampa Bay Lightning. I'd hope they make it to the Stanley Cup Finals because then we can say at least we lost to the team who is in the finals. Yeah, but
You're working on the impressions. It's good.
Thank you.
Top 10 Mount Rushmores.
Sidebar, yesterday I got a tattoo and my tattoo artist goes,
Red flag.
He goes, what is your Mount Rushmore of albums? And I literally sat there. I was like, wow.
Wrong.
Wow.
Also, thanks Curtis for saying top 10 Mount Rushmores. That's my ultimate nightmare. That's my total nightmare. 40? I've got to rank 40 top 10 different Mount Rushmores.
Some show would do that.
Nightmare.
That's actually the Kirch takeover on Monday was just his top 10 Mount Rushmores.
It's not. He doesn't even tell you the items of the Mount Rushmore, how he would rank them. It's just what concept of a Mount Rushmore.
And there's only 4 things on Mount Rushmore too. I don't know where the 10 came from. But.
Yeah, I think you just might actually be dumb.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
See?
Avs fall last night, and in the end, series goes to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. I can prove it. Mark Stone, 5 minutes into the game, Vegas goes up 1-0 at home.
On the first try, Theodore to McNabb. Another lob ahead. Stone's behind the defense. He's in alone. Mark Stone scores! And Vegas leads 1-0.
Goals in back-to-back games for Mark Stone. Power play goal in game 3. This long lead pass, it's like a quarterback throwing to a receiver. This thing was perfect. Stone didn't have to slow down.
How do you not love hockey? Into just the high intensity. Audio's still up. Crowd audio's still up. Wax poetic about how it happened, what happened. 1-0. Vegas on top. Oh, until the third period, it becomes 2-0. Vegas on top. Cole Smith double that lead.
Flynn, Manson, and Colasar. Coughlin down low. They score! Tipped in by Cole Smith.
2-0. Against the number 1 team in hockey? This stunning, shocking, what? Colorado shouldn't lose game 1 at home to the Golden Knights. And then game 2. And then game 3. President's Trophy, 121 points, 55, 16, and 11. A plus 99 goal differential in the regular season for the Colorado Avalanche. Now they're down 2-0 in a game 4 where they might get swept by the Vegas Golden Knights. Landeskog says, not yet. With 2:03 left in the third period, it's now 2-1.
Kadri for Natchez. Desperation time. They score.
Silence the home crowd. Now, at 2-1, pull the goalie. Anything can happen. Seemed stranger in the sport of hockey with 2 minutes remaining. But no. There was never really a clear path in those final 2 minutes for the Avs to have a clean opportunity at winning this game. That's it. It's done. It's over. Vegas wins it. A sweep of the Colorado Avalanche. The final call from Mike Breen, ESPN.
Kadri couldn't get it in. McCarr is on line. 10 seconds to go. Landeskog stopped by Stone. Eichel sends it in. 3 seconds to go. Vegas goes back to the Stanley Cup final. They sweep the President's Trophy winning Avalanche in the Western Conference final.
What a madhouse.
You want some more horn?
That, more horn, or a horn school. What a madhouse in Las Vegas. Johnny Greco, who directs their entertainment, has done it. It's built one of the best in-venue experiences in America in sports, and that was on display again last night. Who deserves a lot of credit for this? John Tortorella, the new Skip, who's taken over in Las Vegas, who was hanging out with his grandkids a month and a half ago when he got the call to, I don't know, be the head man of the Golden Knights. He spoke post-game to the media, and what an emotional 2 months. He talked about being with his grandkids a month and a half ago. Here's John Tortorella.
Okay, now a question about you. You mentioned that it was a few months ago you were sitting, relaxing, spending some time with family. You got a call from Kelly McCrimmon about this opportunity. At this point in your career and everything you've done, how much do you appreciate the opportunity you have now to go to a Stanley Cup final?
Yeah, it was a Sunday. We were just finishing up with our 2 grandkids, and I've never met Kelly. And, I got the text. I showed my wife, and she says, well, call him. And things happen really quickly. I couldn't be more grateful. It's a great organization. Bill, George, Kelly, they've treated me so well. And to get an opportunity at my stage to come to this team, this organization, I couldn't be more thankful.
Last one for you. I'm not going to ask for you to recite it word for word, but when you go into that dressing room, what's the message to the guys? Because I know the work isn't finished.
Yeah, you know what? And I've already talked to a couple of guys. I consider the 3 rounds, that's playoffs. The last round, if you're still in it, that's when you're playing for the Stanley Cup. So that's what we'll be doing. We're going to play for the Stanley Cup. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool. John, congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it, bud.
We're going to play for the Stanley Cup. How cool is that? Vegas, the last decades, dominated hockey. Why would that not continue? What else did you expect, huh? Tortorella has not been to the Stanley Cup as a head coach since 2004 when he won it with Tampa Bay. And now he's back in the most random situation you could draw up. From hanging out with the grandkids by the pool to, yeah, fine, I'll take a team to the Stanley Cup. That's a pretty cool story if you ask me. When we come back, it's our biggest losers of the day. Then our obituaries. A couple people died today. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Remember to
the belly, face down on the mattress. One, and you hold me, and we are broken. Still it's all I wanna do, just to live and I'll feel myself heavy off the ground. I'm scared, I'm not coming down. No, no, and I won't run from mama. She's got the toss now locked down in a smile, but nothing is alright, alright. I want something else to get me through this life, baby. I want something else. Not listening when you say she leaves for me, says she leaves for me ovation. Who won't motivation? She comes round and she goes down on me, and I make you smile like a drug for you. Do ever what you wanna do, coming over you. Keep on smiling what we go through. One stop to the rhythm that divides you, and I speak to you.
Good morning. It is the Drake Toll Show. Greg? No, Drake. Greg? Drake.
Jake?
Greg? Drake. Happy Wednesday, May 27th, 6:43 and 11 seconds Eastern Time. Good morning to the Food Giant shoppers. Good morning, America. Good morning to the world. It is time for our biggest losers of the day. Biggest winner of the day, Addie Bates, new tattoo.
Yeah, look at her. Isn't it cool? Yeah.
What is it? Tell the people.
Okay, so it's a cassette, and it's a Jeff Buckley cassette. It has the same font that's used on the album Grace, and then it has,
I heard Jeff Buckley, sorry.
Yep, he is dead.
I got really bad news about Jeff Buckley.
Isn't it cool?
And I'm walking in Memphis.
Yes, he walked right into the Mississippi River.
No.
I know. But yeah, it was good. I'm telling you. I got more planned.
Wasn't that part of the movie?
Got more planned. Gonna fill up the arm. I'm gonna look cool. Or a red flag, as some of the guys are saying.
Here we go again.
All right, biggest losers of the day.
Curtis.
Biggest loser, those who have less skin than others. Here is a White House cabinet room clip, 1 p.m. yesterday, where things got a little off the rails. Make of this what you will.
There's also there's many other confirmation studies. There's 2 studies that show children who are circumcised early have double the rate of autism. And it's highly likely because they're given Tylenol. So, none of this is positive, but all of it is stuff that we should be paying attention to.
But, there's a tremendous amount of proof or evidence, I would say, as a non-doctor, but I've studied this a long time ago. I met Bob.
Well,
what did he study for a long time?
What an interesting note to make.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yes. They're double the rate of autism if you are
Interesting, per se.
on that side of the aisle. Biggest losers of the day. The United States of America? Yeah. Here's a clip from 1979 outside of a movie theater where patrons are asked about seeing the movie Alien. And the quote is, he needs to know, guy's taking his son, he needs to know things like this could happen in real life. Here's how Americans, the biggest losers of the day, responded to Aliens in 1979.
Did you know that this was an R-rated movie when you brought him?
Yes, we did.
Are you sorry you brought him?
Yes, I am.
Are you glad you saw it? Yeah. Are you sorry, sir, that you brought your son along to see Alien?
No, ma'am, I think you should have seen it. It's something that he needs to know, that things like that could happen in life. That could be a true story. Based on, science. We never know what's going on the outside of the world.
Did the movie scare you at all? Yes, ma'am, it did.
We take him to see a lot of horror pictures and things like because we like horror movies. We're horror buffs, I guess.
Would you recommend to your little friends who are your age to go see it? No, I wouldn't.
Yes, I
we
did.
did.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
Here's the problem. Is as much as I'd like to make the biggest losers of the day Americans in 1979 who thought that the movie Alien was real and that aliens would attack them, you could go to Valonia, Arkansas right now, and 40% of the people would be like, yeah, we saw Avatar again. My kids got to know, man, at any point in time that could happen. So
Yes, man, blue things happen.
I blew myself. At any point in time,
touch yourself.
Things could go south. Oh, and I like that Sigourney Weaver lady.
In the meat.
That's what it is. The dad bringing his 9-year-old son. Do you regret showing him this? No, he needed to see that. Sigourney Weaver.
Big gooner.
She's still with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
What's she up to today? We should get Addie.
Probably listening to the Drake Toll Show.
Yeah, what's my 8:20 tomorrow? Can you get Sigourney Weaver on, please?
Nope, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. I don't check your calendar. My therapist said you need to change your boundaries, respect your boundaries. You do not control Drake's calendar.
You're getting therapy? How do I get some of that? Biggest loser of the day, Pete Crow Armstrong, for throwing a baseball into the next zip code over again. Here's the audio.
Good list. And into center field, and that's another hit. And Connor Griffin doesn't waste any time. Motors into third, and Crow Armstrong fires it over the head of everybody. So Lau winds up at second, and the Pirates in business in the first.
Yeah, the Bucks are in motion early. They're looking really.
Oh, Addie. Pete Crow Armstrong.
He threw it into the dugout. This man just got paid a whole bunch of money and he threw it into the dugout. And the Cubs are very bad right now. I don't know if you saw, they were on a 9-game losing streak a couple days ago. That's bad. Got swept by the Astros.
Now they lost 12-1 to the Pirates.
Is that good?
No. They lost a series to the Rangers. You lose a series to the Rangers, you don't deserve to have a baseball team.
Yeah, but they got swept by the Astros. Cannot emphasize that enough.
Which is hard to do right now, by the way. Speaking of, you haven't brought up the Astros yet today. Everything good over there?
Yeah, I think the funniest part about yesterday is that's Jason Alexander letting up 9 runs in the first inning, or 8 runs, whatever, and then the Astros still almost coming back to win. With a guy named Jason Alexander on the mound, it's Seinfeld.
Still almost coming back to win.
That's okay. Who leads the Silver Boot? Who leads the Silver Boot series? Come on now. I'm not concerned.
I don't even care anymore.
Right.
I'm numb.
Right. Maybe that's
biggest
because you had too
loser
much
of the day.
Tylenol.
I'm an Excedrin guy. Book it. Texas Tech quarterback Brennan Sorsby. I am deeply sorry to everyone I've disappointed.
It came in so
he
fast
did release
and
a graphic
so hard.
yesterday after the NCAA said, hey, you can't play here anymore. And he said, well, why not? I said, well, because you've had 10,000 bets that you placed. And many of them were on college football while you were in college football. And Sorsby said, what's so bad about that, huh? Come on, I'm addicted. So he went to rehab. And on his graphic yesterday, he said, last Friday, I completed a residential treatment program for a diagnosed gambling addiction and anxiety disorder. He accepts responsibility, was at the mercy of his addiction, no longer is, endlessly grateful, and it continues. Said it's the start of a new beginning, and he hopes to be back in Lubbock in classes and on the football field. What an interesting graphic to post the day that the NCAA says you can't do that. Certainly, Sorsby will appeal, and Addie, the question posed is I pose the question again. What wins? Mental health or the NCAA hating gambling?
It's going to be the NCAA hating gambling, which I just don't care that much about. Like, whatever. It's his own money. Let him do whatever he wants. If he wants to go bet on Romanian horse racing football, I don't care.
So you're a Pete Rose in the hall.
Yeah, if it's because of the gambling stuff that's keeping him out, then yeah, he should be. There's some other stuff, I think, that's the character clause. But the gambling, I've said it a million times. He was betting on his team to win. The Reds haven't seen that in years. They haven't seen that kind of dedication since then. I don't care. Like, it really doesn't bother me. It's whenever you're betting on your kind of stuff, like your own pitches and stuff, and your team to lose, that's where I have a problem. But he was betting on his team to win as a coach. I don't care. I like that. I would bet on my team to win, okay? So maybe I'll never be a coach anywhere. Like I said, I have a bigger problem with the whole entire Georgia football team getting arrested for reckless driving and speeding, which is putting other people's lives in danger, not gambling. I have a problem with Lane Kiffin and Ed O, Coach O, what they're doing with college students, because that's infecting your character more than I feel like gambling is. That's what I have a problem with. NCAA doesn't, though, because that would ruin football for them. No Lane Kiffin? Oh, no.
You know, there was that baseball coach in Alabama that one time who bet hundreds of thousands of dollars on a random Thursday night SEC game between, I think, Bama and LSU through his buddy in Ohio, and then immediately got caught.
Who cares?
That's a bad. He bet on his team to lose, which is bad. The head coach bet on his team to lose. Can't do that. But Brendan Sorsby bet on himself, and he seemed really, really addicted. Although I used to bet like this in college.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never addicted, but we all bet like this in college because it's just part of being a college kid.
I didn't do
Sorsby
that.
just took it too far. And
Anyway.
yeah,
I think you were
we did our whole. I lived. Yeah, correct. I had 7 roommates, so 8 at one time.
Gross.
That meant that we all would go downstairs and be like, "Oh, the KBO's on. Time to bet on it." That's Addie Bates. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. When we come back, our obituaries. Who died today? Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
This is where.
Me out, and if I need a breather I can hit the parkway. Be home before the bars all close, drink away the lies she told, think about the days she was a pure-eyed child outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo. Push came down to shove, I'd be a bandit for her love. Shoot sharp and walk away. She was good before she changed her name, and I bet that ain't all that's changed. Goddamn, I remember the nights. I was a young punk kid from a dried up town, Cold Car County full of hunting hounds. She was the one who kept those boys at bay. Her high heels and my red wing boots, cutting couches in the living room, Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Can't win for all this losing, I can't see for all this boozing, but by God I can keep it together. Just to hold my baby close, get her moving down a county road, make up for lost time. She was a few-eyed child of a rodeo queen, she ran on sex and gasoline. Far more money than a boy like me could hold. She went off to paint the town, and I'm stuck holding these mountains down, Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Me out, and if I need a breather I can hit the parkway. Be home before the bars all close, drink away the lies she told, think about the days. She was a few-eyed child of a rodeo queen, high school lover in a badass Jeep, far from the eyes of a watchful town. Mama didn't need to know. Good corn liquor to shake this cold, and good heart loving on a gravel road, Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Me la voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP, ey. Saluden a Titi, vamos a tirarnos un selfie. Say cheese, ey. Que sonrían las que ya les metí.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. You can watch live all show long on the Drake Toll Show YouTube page or Twitter, or listen back via audio wherever you get your podcasts. The Oklahoma City Thunder, 3-2 lead over the San Antonio Spurs. Brendan Sorsby, the Texas Tech quarterback, will not be allowed back. He will certainly appeal. Actually, he won't appeal. He'll sue the NCAA. All my friends are doing it. Everyone's suing the NCAA. Seems like the cool thing, the cool bandwagon to jump on. Oh, and the Golden Knights swept the Colorado Avalanche. That's not a sentence. There's no way you could have convinced me a month ago. Every hockey guest we've had, I myself, the guest of the show, a guest show every day, I've said that there's no way the Avalanche don't go to the Stanley Cup Finals, win the cup. Like that, this is theirs. Nope. They got swept. It's one of those days. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Addie. Did you see the big humps yesterday?
Yes, and I saw that Pat.
Thoughts on the big humps?
You can't do that. You can't do that. Because, by the way, he was like 0.1 inches off from being embarrassed.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
Yes, I get you're up against the St. Louis Cardinals. Congratulations, Brewers. Congratulations, Abner Uribe. I guess that's really cool that you're up against the Cardinals. But you cannot do that. And Pat Murphy, he's such a good coach, and he said he was embarrassed by it. He was like, that is not what we do around here. We do not do that. And I agree. I
guess I should have given context, too. Uribe looked at the dugout and gave 3 distinct hands to his pelvis humps at the Cardinals dugout, which I thought was funny. Would fly in Banana Ball. Wouldn't be taken too seriously in Banana Ball, by the way.
Would he be on the Indianapolis Clowns, or would he be on the Texas Tailgaters? What's the rules on this kind of stuff? Which team humps the most?
Oh, I don't know if we have a hump.
The Giants.
Jackson. I don't know if we have the humpiest team. I'm not sure who that would be.
Try, you'll make it through. I believe in you.
The hottest Jackson. We're the party animals. The humpiest Jackson. I don't know. I didn't think. Sure, in a vacuum, yes, bad. Don't hump the other team. I thought it was kind of epic, actually. I like that you strike a dude out looking and you just
Look at his ERA. Look at his ERA. He's not good enough to be acting like that.
Pretty funny, man. I liked that. I thought it was good. It's a good bit. I've never seen a pitcher look at a dugout and just start humping. It's so eastbound and down. This has got a lot of. This has a ton of. That's not John C. Reilly. That's It's not John C. Reilly. It's. Come on.
What?
No. It's not John C. Reilly.
No, it's not.
It's Danny McBride. It's Danny McBride. Yep. It's got a lot of vice principles to it. It's time for our obituaries. Who died today? Oof. Dead today. Attorneys General. We're going to fix that. Finally, after they solved the whole Gulf of Mexico thing, we're gonna solve the Attorneys General thing. Here's the Vice President on the new order coming down from the White House.
Kick it over to Andrew Ferguson, who's going to talk a little bit about how we're going to work with these state attorneys general. And it's attorneys general, right? Not attorney generals. It's very counterintuitive. We got to change this. Maybe the group here together, we got enough of a critical mass of attorneys generals to change it. But Andrew, attorneys general, I'm never going to be able to get that right. And the media, of course, is going to make fun of me for it. Andrew, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. And welcome to all the state attorneys general. I'm very grateful you traveled all this way.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's been spending a lot of time with the president.
On a random couch.
The Democrats. There's no B. No need for. Most people don't even know there's a B. You know what? Good point. It is kind of unnecessary to call it attorneys general.
There are people dying in this world.
Oh my gosh! Here we go.
Who gives a damn? Who cares?
There are always going to be people dying.
Open the strait.
Open the strait. Curtis needs his, as my cousin says, because the strait is closed. That's why neatos are really hard to find. little squishy things, little squish whatever. So open it up. We need more Nitos. But yeah, I'm sorry. Who cares? Who cares? Genuinely, we do not care.
I will say, this is as political as I will get with it. I do wish I went on the boat yesterday, and they have pipes all over the river next to where I live.
Laying pipe.
They need more oil. So down the entire river this beautiful scenic route that I take, there are 15 of these big live on them boats, and a bunch of pipes for oil and buoys and stuff. I can't even go on the river anymore.
Oh my God, guys.
Oil.
Guys, hold on. We got to cancel the show. Drake can't go on the river anymore in his boat. Guys, I cannot believe our country's gotten to this. Oh my God. What are we going to do? Drake
After Memorial Day of all days.
This is unacceptable, actually. I can't believe it. I'm at a loss for words.
Whatever we have to do to make there not be tankers in our local streams, which I feel like I'm getting made fun of right now, but it's a pretty good take. I don't want tankers in my local stream. That's why the water looks like Galveston right now. That's why the water looks so dirty. Is all these they're digging for gold. I don't
in the meat.
Nope. Let nature be. I want to see those dolphins swim.
Guys, Drake can't get on his boat. I don't know how we haven't made a
suicide dolphins.
I can't believe we haven't made an entire segment on this.
Did you fix that seat yet?
Yeah.
I did not fix the seat of the boat. It's going to take some time. And I was taking shots from the front and the back. Boats break. What about it? Dead today. Jason Williams, the Texas Tech legend? Yeah, he's not a Florida legend anymore. Here is what Jason Williams had to say on Wake Up Barstool.
Because you are a Gator legend, so is that?
Big Cat was
sweet. Are you separating like the programs, the softball program from the basketball program? Or are you saying all Gators you're out?
The only time I'll ever step foot on Gainesville's campus again is if my daughter plays softball there again.
Wow,
that's big.
It's big news.
Wait, but you have another daughter too. So what if she plays softball there?
Whatever NIL money she got from the University of Florida, I would ask you to help me double that so she'll stay away, bro.
What? Again, Addie and I disagreed about this, which I find crazy. They hit his daughter 5 times. Beanball. And as a father, I can only imagine you'd be pretty upset if they hit your daughter 5 times.
Oh my God, you're twisting all my words up. Yes, I was not defending that. I just said I'm not shocked. Like, I'm not shocked by it. It does not mean I think it's okay.
5's pretty shocking to me. If they hit her once, we wouldn't be talking about it.
I think I watch enough baseball and softball. Like, I'm just like, yeah, that happens. Issue some warnings. Both sides, hey, knock it off, fellas. Okay? You know what they normally do? They look
after the first one, maybe.
No, after the first one. No, after the first one, no. After the second one, that's when you usually issue your warnings.
And after the 5th, you ban the opposing team? Do you ban somebody for life?
Yeah, let's do it. No, you're out of here.
Jason Williams is banned for Florida. I mean, Florida legend. I'm trying to. You put yourself in the dad's shoes. Like, probably not a very fun spot to be in. Dead today, quickly. Anyone who runs on Riku Nishida. The rookie made his debut on Monday. My close and personal friend Riku Nishida threw a guy out in crunch time during a tied ball game again yesterday. Here's a clip from CHSN.
2-2 pitch. That is poked in the right field. Nishida, he's going to come up throwing. They're going to test him again. Riku Nishida, back-to-back games, throws out the runner at the plate. You gotta love this kid. I wonder if that's ever happened. Come up your first 2 games in the major leagues, you gun down a runner at the plate.
Addie, some are saying he's a better defender than Pete Crow Armstrong.
And they're both in Chicago. Yep. One is getting paid more than the other. One is 140 pounds. The other one likes the flour.
I've got some good Riku stories so we can get to off air. Those are our obituaries. That's who died today. It's time for the Quickie, top 5 headlines in all of sports. Addy Bates reads them. Drake Toll responds.
Here's your first headline, guys. The Spurs are saying there's an urgency to get Wemby going after an off night.
Yep, got to be an urgency for that. SGA also had an off night. If both your stars are null and void, the Thunder are going to win. If Wemby is playing at his best, the Spurs are going to win because he's the best player in the universe. I didn't like that Mitch Johnson, the Spurs felt like the officiating was one-sided. And I didn't think it was egregious. People were screaming at me that SGA, flop. It's fine. It's not that big of a factor for someone who's watched every game of this series. And I did think Mitch Johnson not being able to get a challenge or a timeout or being denied a timeout or the refs not seeing him. It's just some of it looks a little fishy. Clunky game for San Antonio. Oklahoma City is tactical, and they're up 3-2. They're the best team in the NBA.
Here's your second headline. Avalanche ran into a buzzsaw in Vegas.
Bad.
Wow.
The word that I would use here. The Avs had every reason to win the Stanley Cup, President's Trophy, NHL's best team. 121 points, 55, 16, and 11. A plus 99 goal differential in the regular season. They had the most lethal combination of offense and defense in the league and one of the best regular season teams of the last decade. And so them losing, it's like, okay, hockey happens. Them getting swept, the Avs getting swept is a problem. And now Vegas moves on. All right, it's the old Tortorella effect.
Here's your third headline. Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce purchases a minority stake in the Cleveland Guardians.
How we ended slavery.
Does anyone know why?
That's where he's from.
Huh. Travis Kelce. Do you think Taylor Swift's going to join in on this?
Oh.
Taylor Swift, minority owner, Cleveland Guardians. Rolls off the tongue. I thought he's a Cincinnati guy. He's from Cleveland?
Said, I have so much love for this city. I say it all the time. I'm just a kid from the Heights living the dream. I credit every good thing in my life to Cleveland and being raised here with the values and the people and the work ethic. Cleveland Heights is such a diverse and dynamic place. Yeah, Heights.
Yeah, it sounds like, I'm from the Heights. Of Cleveland?
Actually, I'm pretty sure whenever I had a tournament in Cleveland one year, I'm pretty sure I stayed in Cleveland Heights. I did. It's a very nice neighborhood.
Oh. He's just a kid. He made it out the mud. Nice. Good job, Travis Kelce. This is going to be really fun for you before your last year of football because he's going to retire.
Fourth headline. Brewers manager Pat Murphy is embarrassed by Uribe's antics.
We just got to this. We can hit it again. So the Uribe looks at the Cardinals' dugout after a strikeout after he strikes out a guy looking, and he humps the dugout. But not like a normal,
It's like it's from the WWE. Like one of the guys used to do that.
Yeah. You can take both fists and make like an aggressive roller coaster motion. That's not what he did. He did like two spatula arms,
called suck it,
and then he just
suck
it. He did a suck it, and then just kind of like cross his arms, hump, cross.
Touch yourself.
And I, watching it, thought it was kind of funny. Obviously, I'm wrong, and this is a disgrace to the sport and the game that I love, and he should be sent right to jail. But I thought the humping the other team was kind of funny. I get why your manager has to say, no, wrong, bad, but dude's kind of wrong.
Here's your final headline. The biggest one of the day, guys. This was a headline. Dodgers Shohei Ohtani still set to start after getting hit on the hand by a pitch against the Rockies, guys.
Well, good. Now the stadium will sell out, surely. Oh, there's a spider coming down from the roof. No! What do I do?
How big is it?
Not that big. That's what she said. I
Fortunate.
don't know what to do, though. That's
Kill
not-
it. Or, no, let it out. No, well, if you let it out, it's probably going to die.
Right. And it's getting in my teacup, so I don't like that either. Good for Shohei. Glad that we got him in the... you know what? It's climbing back up its little ladder right now to the ceiling. I'm going to let it be. Is that cool with you?
I mean, I'm terrified of spiders, so...
Shout out
Live to see
Charlotte.
another day. Live to play another day. Yeah, Shohei's in the headlines. Thank goodness. So we all get paid. Yeah! Nice. Up top. That was Quickie. Top 5 headlines in all of sports. Addy Bates reads them. Drake Toll has a spider laying in his coffee cup. Coming up, Brendan Sorsby, Texas Tech quarterback, denied reinstatement. Why can't he play football? Why can't he play college football? All he did was bet on college football. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. It's the Drake Toll Show.
The Knicks are headed.
Go on trial just for laughing at the joke, just for saying of the bargain what any sales girl already knows. Most of us old men die at the firing line, just waiting for our number to be called. I guess time just makes fools of us all. Now the king regales his stepson when he's loaded as a gun. Says a real man is like a country. You need a map to find your one. Now I do you suppose you must approach the throne with its back up against the wall. I guess time just makes fools of us all. Minds of my generation gladly conscripted in the war of defending any Goliath that would deign darken the door. Now with your genius for picking battles, it's no wonder every helmet is too small. I guess time just makes fools of us all. I guess time just makes fools of us all. My drink is watered down. The champ is on his knees. He lost the rematch. He lost the comeback. He lost for charity, but that's the job. It's what gets the asses in the hall. They came for a beating, and he came to brawl. serve your client notice that of all the young gods I have known, yours is easily the least famous to turn down the cover of a Rolling Stone. Lily white faces, so familiar and yet impossible to recall. I guess time just makes fools of us all. After a millennia of good times, God said, hey now, let's have a dream where we raise the stakes a little. Come on, let's make things interesting. Parachute into the Anthropocene, an amnesiac, a himbo Kendall. I guess time does make fools of us all.
The Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Good morning. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. And look, man, you can't do that. I tried to tell you. You can't bet on college football as a college football player. Brendan Sorsby did it anyway. What a day in sports. The San Antonio Spurs down 3-2 now after the Thunder win and blowout. I say blowout, arm's length fashion. 127-114. Anytime San Antonio would crawl within 7 to 9 points, OKC goes right back up by 12, 13, 15. And Oklahoma City was never really threatened in the second half. Yeah, San Antonio would cut the lead to 6, 7. Whoa, he said it. But it wasn't without Victor Wembanyama starring with Isaiah Hartenstein. That adjustment being so effective for Oklahoma City, the Thunder win at home. Now the series will go back to San Antonio, and the Spurs are on the ropes. Will OKC go to back-to-back finals, or will San Antonio force us to a Game 7 on Saturday in Oklahoma? Well, stay tuned to find out, huh? Then over in hockey, nightmare. 2-1, Vegas over Colorado. The Golden Knights stun the Avalanche. A series sweep. 4-0 for the Golden Knights to fend off the Stanley Cup favorites. And further solidify what is, here comes that big D, dynasty. You will talk about the Vegas Golden Knights of the 2020s as a dynasty. They're back again, even when they weren't supposed to be. And there are plenty of star names for the Golden Knights, but you didn't pencil them in as your Stanley Cup winner. And while they're not yet, they're 4 games away from it against the series victor between the Canadiens and the Hurricanes. They'll play again, Game 4 tonight. But that aforementioned Brendan Sorsby story. Dog, what do we tell you? You can't do that. You can't bet on college football as a college football player. And there's a very clear reason why the NCAA had to move the way it's moved. This whole fallout has stemmed from when Sorsby was at Indiana as a quarterback there redshirting. Then he was a quarterback at Cincinnati During that time, he was still gambling, except not on college football. He'd wised up by then. And then as the number one transfer in America, 5-star transfer quarterback out of Cincinnati, he goes to Texas Tech on a $5 million one-year NIL contract. Just for, wait a second, we're hearing news out of Cincinnati that Brendan Sorsby has a gambling addiction, that one of college football's top quarterbacks, playing for a contender who had aspirations for a second straight college football playoff appearance, that their quarterback has a gambling addiction. Okay, well, you can have a gambling addiction and still get around it, right? Is he betting on, I don't know, horses, the NFL, the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year? Wait, what? He's playing college football and betting on college football? Oh, that's red button. You're done. No, yeah, zero tolerance. You're done. But why? Well, he broke the ultimate rule. The NCAA stance is pretty clear. And in 2023, it was made explicit. Zero tolerance. Legal filings, Sorsby acknowledged while redshirting Indiana in 2022, he placed bets between $5 and $50 on the Hoosiers to win. Got that dog in them. Alongside prop bets, now we're really getting in the weeds, prop bets on his own teammates to exceed statistical metrics. Ooh. Hey, Darren. Hey, yo, Darren, I got your over 11.5 receiving yards. You guys good? You guys got that? Oh. Hey, Bill, boss. Hey, if you could throw the ball, I need you to throw the ball in the first quarter more than 10 times. I got you over 10.5. All right, we clear? We good? Jarius, boss. Hey, yo. I got your over 8 rushing yards. Coach, put them in. Coach, get them in there. That's not good. There's no way we can let you. But when you have the insider trading of like, I know in our first drive what the script is. I'm helping write it. I'm holding it in my hand. I'm holding on a clipboard. I know our plays. I know we're not going to throw the ball 4 times in the first drive. What if I can player prop this to running back first quarter yards total? That's insider trading. Now we're getting dangerous. You can't come back to college football after that. Especially if you were to take snaps at Texas Tech. Brendan Sorsby was to play at Texas Tech. You have a precarious locker room environment. Everybody's looking around at that guy. In a sport predicated on this unconditional teammate trust, the psychological barrier between offense and the gambling guy, the guy who got in trouble, the guy who was betting on, is he betting on our props? Hey, you're the guy you're throwing the ball to. You bet you have his over on receiving yards. Is that why you're not throwing me the ball? Huh? Brendan Sorsby comes back to Texas Tech. You set up a firestorm in a locker room. In the locker room of a contender. Also, if you're the NCAA, hey, you know what? If you're Brendan Sorsby, because remember this kid went to immediately, as soon as he got caught, interesting per se, as soon as he got caught, he goes to a quote, intensive 35-day inpatient rehab program at a gambling recovery facility. Now, I'm going to let you decide. On the one hand, there is, hey, Brendan, gambling's taking over your life, taking over your mental health. We just got this news from Cincinnati. It just made national headlines. You should probably get some help, big guy. You really need some help. That's the one side. That could have been what happened. But is the inverse not possible? Is it not possible that, hey, everybody, war room, get in here. All right, here's what happened. Look, news just broke. Brendan, gambling addiction. He bet on college football. Brendan, is that true? Yeah, coach, it's true. All right, here's what we got to do. Step 1, PR. We've got to throw him in a rehab facility. 35 days. Brendan, you good with that? Coach, if it lets me play, I'll do whatever it takes. One of those two things happened. Either it was, hey, Brendan, now that the news is broken nationally, we understand you have a problem. We're going to get you some help, big guy. Or it was, hey, faster we move here, the better we look here, the better opportunity we have at getting this guy back to play football for us. The better opportunity we have to not lose $5 million in NIL. The better opportunity he has to not lose $5 million. Which do you think happened, huh? Because the timing seems kind of precarious to me. So if you're the NCAA, you said, hey, if we're going to prioritize your mental health, You got a gambling problem, dog. Why don't we? Well, you need to prove to yourself that you can go without gambling. 35 days is not enough for us. We care about your health and your long-term recovery. We're not going to let you. You're not in the mental space to play college football right now. Huh? Well, Brendan Sorsby, like, no, I am. I'm in the mental space. No, I am. I promise. Right? Isn't that odd? As this gambling epidemic rises, that the NCAA, who cares so much about mental health, then if they do, they're doing the right thing by not allowing Brendan Sorsby to play. But then Sorsby would certainly push back on that. Mental health-wise, if you're addicted to something, you can't play. Hey, don't play in the NCAA. Focus on recovering from that addiction. Huh? If this is really about mental health. Not to mention the precedent that would be set if the NCAA let this kid play. Hey, you guys can kind of do whatever you want. You can bet on sports. You can, you're betting on your own team, your own teammates. I don't know, man. Play whatever. You think that's going to be the precedent they set? You think the governing body isn't going to maintain that you have permanent ineligibility in extreme gambling scenarios? I think they're going to stick to that one. And it's not all doom and gloom for Brendan Sorsby, by the way. The NFL's supplemental draft awaits. Hey, the NCAA is not saying you can't play football ever again. And there are plenty of GMs and presidents, owners in the NFL who've done far worse than gamble a couple bucks on their wide receiver to have a good day at the races. You can go to the NFL tomorrow. They're not going to care. They don't give a rat's ass about this stuff. Sorsby being banned from college football, banned by the NCAA, doesn't mean his career is over. His legal team has already requested an expedited court hearing for an early June, specifically, coming up Monday, I'm pretty sure, to clear a path toward the NFL supplemental draft. That's on June 22nd. There have been some big Terrell Pryor, supplemental draft guy, the tattoos thing, Josh Gordon, the weed. Pretty sure those guys are up around there. And after a 36-touchdown season last year at Cincinnati, and Sorsby's good, the NFL would allow him to move directly to a roster, directly to a team, participate throughout the summer, and see if he has the chops to be an NFL quarterback. And there are positives here, but I lean that way. You can't let this kid play. You can't let the kid who knew the drive chart, can't let the kid who knew his buddies and who was going to play and who wasn't going to play, who was betting on props for his teammates, you can't let that guy come back in college football. But here's what Sorsby's saying. Here's what you're saying if you're a Texas Tech fan or if you really support the kids here. Hey, I'm Brendan Sorsby, NCAA, and my gambling addiction is clinically recognized. It's a behavioral disorder defined the DSM-5. The Texas Tech president, their AD, they've argued that if the NCAA truly wants to promote itself, truly wants to promote a culture of care for student-athlete mental health, it cannot permanently ban a player for actions driven by a severe diagnosis. Because remember, we didn't send him, but he went to rehab. Remember? Rehab. You can't cut a kid for mental health. And in Sorsby's lawsuit, it was revealed that these small wagers, $5 and $50, 4 years ago, freshman, redshirt year, and he wasn't traveling with the team, so he didn't bet on a game he played in. And the legal filings show even the NCAA agreed that the historical wagers didn't raise integrity concerns. Now, they do for me, but I guess the NCAA is a bit more lenient on that. And this maybe the if you're Brendan Sorsby, the ploy is to expose some kind of systemic hypocrisy. Jeffrey Kessler, that's the attorney for Brendan Sorsby. He's the genius on this one. He's like, hey, you're a double standard. If you're going to give a lifetime ban to student athletes for gambling while capitalizing on the sports betting boom, that don't make no sense. The NCAA maintains lucrative data feed partnerships with companies like Genius Sports to distribute official college sports data directly to commercial sports books. So Sorsby's going to say, hey, look, I'm addicted. Football is my mechanism for recovery. I'm 22 years old. Don't punish me for something 4 years ago. Please give me a second chance. Give me the precedent. I'm a reformed athlete. This is your chance to be the good guy, NCAA. I did it. I got good. I recovered. And then the NCAA says, hey, you can recover in the supplemental draft. Go to the NFL. We can't set a precedent that you're able to gamble on your team and still play in the NCAA. We're going to prioritize your long-term health and recovery by not letting you play college football because you need to recover, and college football is not an avenue to stop gambling. We need to guard the locker room, the ecosystem, and we need to make sure that people know you cannot bet on your own team. You cannot bet props on your own wide receivers. That's a step too far. The NCAA put its fist down. And Monday, when Sorsby sues the NCAA, we'll figure out if this appeal process, effective appeal process, works for the Texas Tech gunslinger. Coming up, it's time for our Idiot of the Day. And you won't be an idiot if you understand that shine matters. In the Shine Showdown, 84% of people chose Tidal Wave Auto Spa over the competition. Stop by Tidal Wave and get the clean car happy feeling you deserve. Find locations at TidalWaveAutoSpa.com, TidalWaveAutoSpa.com. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
But if your mind's neglected, stumble you might fall, stumble you might
Double the size of it, you dumb person.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Good morning. 4:42. 58 seconds over in LA. Derek Fisher and crew coming up not too long from now. Good morning, Food Giant shoppers. Good morning, America, and good morning to the world. It's Barry. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. Stop sign. What stop sign? Road work ahead. Sure hope it does. Addie, should I go to Disney World today?
What would you lose by not going to Disney World?
What would I? Whoa! Can you not speak in riddles? What would I lose by not going to? Hold on, rework that one and bring it back to me.
What would you lose by not going?
That's my brain's going to explode trying to figure out what you're asking.
Okay, fine. Why wouldn't you go to Disney World?
That's much easier to digest.
What?
Here are the options. The bus, we're taking the whole organization, Savannah Bananas wise. I say whole. We're taking the Party Animals and Cocoa Beach Loco Nuts, from Savannah to Disney World. That's what we're playing this weekend. ESPN Worldwide.
Wide World.
Wide World of ESPN Wide World of Sports.
Mr. Worldwide.
So,
why would it be Worldwide of Sports?
Mr. 305. So here's the problem. The bus leaves in 15 minutes. I'm here with you, America. So there's that. So I'm going to just drive the Bronco down. And I could drive down now and get to Disney World and have to park and go in and see the mouse. Or I can just, sit in the sun for a bit, get some work done, catch up on things I needed to catch up on, take a nap. I can do any of that.
Curtis and I could take care of the show for the next hour if you want to go get on that bus. Get on the bus. Getting on the bus.
Don't tempt me with a good time. They would fire me for giving the show over to Curtis.
What? He has me. I'll babysit.
When they find out what Curtis did spring of 2016, oh man, the world's not going to be able to handle that. No. Blip. Yeah, Nitro? Are you seeing this? What is it? It's an old news article. Oh no, is that Curtis? Turns out he can talk. And boy, did he ever.
Interesting, per se.
Anyway. We'll see. I don't know if I'm the biggest Disney World guy. All the big crowds,
So I'm not a Disney World person. Like, I'm not a Disney person. So, like, I personally wouldn't. But it just depends if you want to go be with the team and go meet y'all's little fan base at Disney World, which is so fitting. For the time of year. And
the party animals aren't really like a Disney World thing. The bananas more so. Party animals are more.
Yeah, but you can go meet
Chip and Dale's.
You can go meet your. Yeah, but Chip and Dale. Those are Disney characters. Chip and Dale.
They are the little rats.
They're not rats. I don't think so. I think they're like chipmunks.
Do you think Moana's there? You think you got Moana at Disney World?
Mona?
I don't like how you asked that. I don't like the look on your face. So I don't. I actually feel.
They got them princesses. They got them princesses still.
I actually feel uncomfortable.
What? Is Mulan there? They have Mulan.
Who did the Bee movie?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I think.
I meant like Pixar, Disney.
Pretty sure it's like Universal or something.
Universal. Oh, you got to go to Universal.
Yep.
Universal's way better than Disney. Can't emphasize that enough, by the way.
I think I have been to both. When I was a wee child, I was like 11.
Like yesterday.
And I'm just the only amusement park I like in America is Silver Dollar City.
Oh my God, isn't that
Branson, Missouri?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the number 4 theme park in the world. Now what?
You're in Branson, Missouri, which is like the Pigeon Forge of Missouri.
Correct, which is awesome. Which to make it even better, my brother who has autism enjoys 2 things in life.
Interesting.
3. 1, birthdays. 2,
trains.
Yearbooks. 3, Silver Dollar City, Branson, Missouri. We have to go twice a year, or he can't stand it.
I love that. He should be going there. No. That's adorable.
It is a pigeon. It's such a pigeon forge,
right?
It's a very pigeon forge.
So I don't know. Maybe
I take a picture with Santa every year.
Maybe don't go like to Disney today. Maybe you could sit back. Maybe you can work on some reels for us, and
maybe I can rest. Permission to rest.
Maybe you
please?
can post on some social media for Westwood One. I like the site.
I haven't slept in 9 weeks.
That's not true. You went to bed at 9 p.m. last night.
I did. It was so nice.
There you
oh
go.
my gosh!
Outing you on air.
I had 2 margaritas at the local Mexican restaurant last night. I was out. 9 o'clock. Done. Oh,
automatic.
In a heartbeat. Automatic still is. Time for our idiot of the day.
Idiot of the day.
This senator, weird, for calling the president's current tenure a regime? What? Let's take you back to Fox News yesterday. Senator Dave McCormick with an all-time slip-up.
The alternative of Iran with a nuclear weapon that could threaten America or its kids, which was very likely to happen under President Trump's regime, his administration, if we hadn't taken action, I think is an unacceptable alternative for anybody.
Right.
Interesting.
Good answer. Anyway.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
Idiot of the day. Ooh, the NBA's official store. Yeah, if you go to the link on NBA Store, they already have the NBA Finals collection featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New York Knicks. This was posted before Game 5 had even happened in Oklahoma City yesterday. Addy, not a good look.
A dear friend of mine would say this is what they call in the industry bad. I listen to the Drake Toll. Yeah. So funny.
Yeah. Not good. Shouldn't do that. Do you think, this is a larger conversation, so we can, 30 seconds. Do you think that any of the major sports leagues are rigged?
Ooh. That is a conversation for the middle of June when we have nothing to talk about.
For sure. That's why I want 30 seconds now of your...
Jesus.
I want you
At least say
to
please.
tease the answer.
Do I think any of them are rigged? In some ways, yeah. Yes, in some ways. I think that the rules they have implemented in certain leagues that they do not maybe like penalize certain teams for, yes. I think there's a reason why baseball is going to have a lockout. I think there are rules in place that benefit certain teams. This isn't like anything crazy. Do I think NBA is rigged? No, I don't. No.
Mount Rushmore of rigged sports.
Top 10 Mount Rushmores. I do not think that any major. I'm not a conspiracy theorist on this. I think it's fairly clean. The results, the winners of these games are not.
I think that like certain rules are rigged to help certain teams, but I don't think like the results are rigged. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Idiot of the day, Josh Jacobs. Ian Rappaport, hashtag Packers star Josh Jacobs has turned himself into the Obar Lawrence Police Department for immediate release. Press release from the Obar Lawrence Police Department. Approximately 8:37 a.m., the PD was dispatched to a disturbance involving Josh Jacobs. As a result of the investigation, Jacobs was subsequently arrested, booked into the Brown County Jail for the following charges. Battery, domestic abuse. Criminal damage to property, domestic abuse. Disorderly conduct, domestic abuse. Strangulation and suffocation. Intimidation of a victim. This means one of two things. Either number one, he'll be the head basketball coach at Ole Miss next year, or number two, he will suit up for game one of the preseason. Whichever he so chooses, whichever he'd like to do. Hold on. Can I get Curtis, do you have, can I get just like a rejoin music? Just a rejoin, please. That's all I need. Just bring this down. Just any of our rejoin songs really quick. It is Monday, July 27th. Welcome back to the Drake Toll Show. Breaking news from ESPN. Josh Jacobs will play in tomorrow's preseason game as things get kicked off in the NFL this season. Credit to the court for a pretty speedy process of this. Jacobs, turns out, was completely innocent, didn't beat anybody up or strangle anyone. So good to see you guys. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well.
Got him!
Just want to can that one in there. That's exactly what's going to happen. Addy, bad guy gets off again.
Whoa. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Touch yourself.
Nothing new here. Does bad thing towards woman. It's okay because he football player and he good. He good football player. And it's the Packers. He good football player. He will play football still, even though he did bad thing that normal person would go to jail for.
Anyway.
Correct. Final idiot of the day. The SEC coaches, Kirby Smart. Kirby said, I've said it for a long time to our president. I've been a huge advocate. If we can't find rules everybody plays by, we should play by our own. He is pro leaving the NCAA. He wants the SEC out of their umbrella. The NCAA is good at being sued being sued and losing, being sued and paperwork. I personally, if I'm the SEC, I don't want to get sued and I don't want to do paperwork. The governing body keeping you from those two things should probably be your friend. And they also favor you. I mean, the SEC is not at a disadvantage right now. That much I know. Addy Bates producing. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. When we come back, Josh Graham, Westwood One's Josh Graham joins the show. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
In the meat.
This is Westwood One Sports.
Waiting for the man every night and day. on the TV and the radio. She was young, her heart was pure, but every night it's bright she got. She said sugar sweet, she got me rapping to the beat, then I knew that she was hot. She was singing, don't turn around, uh-oh. That commissar's in town, uh-oh. You desire, you know why. The more you live, the faster you will die. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. Nick Costos, You Better You Bet, coming up. Followed by Black and Abdallah. And then, oh yeah, Jim Rome will make sure that you get home safely. It is 8 o'clock and 28 seconds Eastern Time. Good morning to Butte, Montana. Good morning to Rochester, New York. Good morning to the world. And good morning to my close and personal friend, Josh Graham. Westwood One Sports Night. Josh, you ever feel like creatively Mama Cass doesn't get enough credit for the Mamas and the Papas' success?
Often. This is in the same category as how often I think about the Roman Empire. Exactly how you put it. I feel like you've been reading my diary. Good morning, Drake.
Good morning, Josh. The Carolina Hurricanes are the biggest winner today, in my book, after what happened last night. The Colorado Avalanche swept by the Vegas Golden Knights. Give me twofold. One, your surprise factor on the result of this series. Two, the excitement if you're a Canes fan knowing the Avs don't lie waiting.
Well, as you know, I am a uber, super, duper Carolina Hurricanes fan. There are two teams that I root for very emotionally. The Carolina Hurricanes are one of them. The Baltimore Orioles are the other. The Orioles looking to sweep the first place Tampa Bay Rays today. I'll just throw that in there as well. But you're right. It is a gigantic win. You get home ice in the Stanley Cup Finals if you're able to get through the Montreal Canadiens. And honestly, for Carolina, they've earned good fortune because this is a team that has made the playoffs 8 consecutive years after a run of missing the playoffs 9 consecutive years. And in each of those 8 seasons, they've won at least one playoff series. And if you go back and look at what happened, they lost in 3 Eastern Conference Finals prior to this run that we've seen during the 8-year stretch. They've had key injuries. They lost 2 defensemen last year. They lost 2 forwards in 2023. And 2019, they were kind of like a surprise team getting to the conference finals, running into a buzzsaw in the Bruins. And yes, we know how good Florida, the Panthers, were in past years. This year is kind of the first year where it just feels like, oh, Carolina doesn't have a key injury. So for the first time in the 8 years, you kind of got fortunate with injury luck. But also, you've caught the breaks when it comes to bracket luck, too, some puck luck with what's happening on the other side of the bracket. So the stars do kind of feel like they are aligning for Carolina. I'm not going so far to say that they're going to get past Montreal because there is a world that we live in, Drake, that Carolina's trailing in this series a lot like Colorado, 3-0, because let's not forget, Montreal jumped on Carolina 6-2 in game 1, and then the last 2 games have been overtime winners 3-2. So a couple of bounces the other way, and Carolina's trailing this series 3-0, and that's what makes tonight all the more interesting.
Let's hone in a bit on this Golden Knights storyline. Again, you fire your head coach in the regular season. You bring in a legend who hasn't been to a cup in 20 years since he won it in 2004 in Tortorella, and now the D word, the dynasty word for the Golden Knights. Since their existence, they've just won. And in the 2020s, they've just won. Josh Graham, is dynasty going to be an appropriate word for a team that's back in the Stanley Cup Finals?
Absolutely not. Dynasty is you win more than 2 championships, and this is their 3rd Stanley Cup trip, right? 3rd trip, but you got to win several titles before we start having that conversation. It is weird how the definition, we need a clear definition of what dynasty in sports means, because we've had this conversation a number of times. Like Phil Jackson, I remember about a dozen years ago, got ripped when he was talking about San Antonio winning their final title with Kawhi Leonard, and the word dynasty was thrown around. And he's like, hold on a second. I thought dynasty was winning 3 titles in a row. Like, and other people are like, well, no, it's just winning 3 titles over a short span of time. Or like, I just need to know what a dynasty is in order to answer the question, because I think it's been so broad, and maybe it is one of those things where it's different for everybody else. And, you know, you might prefer a little bit more mustard on your hot dog than I do. So that just means that it's a different, it's to each their own. Your dynasty might be different than my dynasty. And I say no to the idea of winning 2 titles over a decade span being a dynasty.
Josh Graham joining the Drake Toll Show. Josh Graham of Westwood One Sports, most notably. There needs to be a metric, because we have a Hall of Fame and then Hall of Very Good, and I love the Hall of Very Good account. It's awesome. Great food for thought of like who's not a Hall of Famer, but definitively like, hey, yeah, gotta have that guy in the contention for a name you will talk about for decades to come. What about the Hall of Very Dynasty? Hall of Almost Dynasty? Where we pinned, we could be onto something here. That or just we can create a tiered list. No, not a list, not a power ranking, not a Mount Rushmore. Those are illegal on the Drake Toll Show. Josh Graham, let's take it to hardwood. Yeah, we are strictly no. Earlier, Curtis proposed the power ranking of the top 10. The power ranking of the top 10 Mount Rushmores of all time. It's like, Curtis, no, nightmare.
Where are you on medal stand? Is medal stand not allowed?
Medal stand is appropriate. I'll allow it. Because, everybody, a good sermon is done in 3s. So if you can give me a 3, something in 3s, that's great. I'll take a medal stand. Josh, the hardwood. The San Antonio Spurs I've said this. If they're starting 5, Victor Wembanyama at his best basketball, that group of 5, when healthy, can beat any iteration of 5 that Oklahoma City throws on the floor. Problem is Oklahoma City has 27 players on their roster that would start anywhere else in the NBA. And that's now burned San Antonio. At least it looked that way yesterday with fatigue, and Mitch Johnson talked about that. Are the Spurs too tired to contend for the rest of this series?
I don't think so, just because we're only talking about 2 more games left, and they are so young. Like, they're not too far removed from playing, like, a crazy amount of games in a weekend stretch in AAU basketball. I mean, like, I maybe tired isn't the right word. Maybe banged up. Like, this could be one of those series where afterwards we learn what Dylan Harper's actually dealing with, what De'Aaron Fox is dealing with is more serious than we thought. And this has been a bruising series, because talking about big winners of this being a long series, the New York Knicks, they feel like maybe their only shot of winning a championship is that these teams go to war with each other for the full gamut, 7, and then you kind of inherit, an opportunity to kind of jump on them early in the series, especially with the Knicks having to play on the road the first 2 games. If you could steal one of those, and then MSG is enough of a zoo that you're able to win your home games, then boom, maybe that's how the Knicks have an opportunity. So I kind of made that a lot broader than what you asked, but I have a feeling that a lot of this might be injury-induced more than anything else.
Yep. Neither of those teams at full health, but at this point in the playoffs, most teams are banged up to some extent. Outside of the New York Knicks, especially OG Anunoby, as he's looked healthier and healthier, they are the most dominant team in the NBA right now, one of the most dominant playoff teams of all time with these 11 straight. Are the New York Knicks the NBA champions?
I wouldn't go so far to say that yet, but there is a series that might be a parallel to this, Drake. I think about the 2012 NBA Finals quite a bit. I think about the Mavericks facing the Heat, and that was the second time that they met because, of course, you had the Shaq and Dwayne Wade team that beat Dirk in 2006. But I think it kind of has the vibe of that, where the entire nation's kind of sick, and the basketball world's kind of sick of OKC and doesn't want them to win.
Yeah.
And there's kind of this feeling around New York, which is weird, like to have the nation, like, you know, come around a New York basketball team. 53 years and the vibes and that's kind of how it would feel if New York was able to pull it off. The same way that everybody was shocked that JJ Barea was backing down LeBron James in 2012 and Dallas was winning a title then.
The Thunder knock off the Spurs 127-114 in yesterday's game and now move to a 3-2 series lead. The Knicks head to the NBA Finals. The Hurricanes taking on the Canadians again tonight with a 2-1 series lead, and the Vegas Golden Knights sweeping. Those are the tangible postseason results. Let's take you off the floor, off the field, off the ice. Josh Graham, Brendan Sorsby bet on his own team, and now it's been revealed, the deeper I've gone in this case, he bet on player props for his teammates at Indiana. Now, the NCAA has banned him for life, but he will, in a court, sue the NCAA, and on Monday, sometime next week, find out a result for his future. Will Brendan Sorsby ever touch the gridiron again? And maybe the more important question would be, should Brendan Sorsby ever touch the collegiate gridiron again?
No. Everybody knows you can't bet on college football. It's posted in every locker room. It's everywhere. This is the red line you cannot cross. If you cross this line, if you cross this Rubicon, then you're setting yourself up for disaster as a sport. I mean, you need to make an example out of Brendan Sorsby. In a way, it's good for the NCAA. If this goes to court, goes public, you want this to be as public as possible. So that way you can make as big of an example out of Brendan Sorsby as you can. Because even if he was betting on his own team and all of this, God, I get so sick of, like, the ideas of, like, you know, oh, just because it's different and just because the vibes are good and the tenor and the culture has changed means that that the people who had it, you know, before us had the wrong idea. I think about this in the context of Mike Breen saying out loud in an interview that he is rooting for the New York Knicks prior to calling a New York Knicks finals next week on a national broadcast. Like, oh, but you know, these guys could be human now. Well, no, that's still an unprofessional thing to say, even though Mike Breen is fantastic. In this sense, it's like, you know, betting is legal, Drake. Betting is something that people do. You're restraining him from being able to exercise his rights as a citizen to bet on games. Nope. It's not your right to be the quarterback at Texas Tech. It's not your right to play in college football. There are some rules here. This isn't the same as being Janice working in accounting. I'm sorry. There's a line. Brendan Sorsby crossed it. He shouldn't play college football again. Sorry.
That was a really good Armin Williams impression. That was really good. You nailed that. Last thing I've got for you, Josh Graham, Westwood.
I feel like you're in my head. I feel like you're in my head because I was thinking that just as I said it. I'm like, whoa. In the morning, I sound kind of raspy. Shout out to our boss, Armin Williams.
That's great. Yeah, the guy that hired us. Thank you. There's no knock on anyone involved here. Last thing I got for you, Josh, we got to pay the bills, so I can't skip over this one. And I'll keep it pretty broad. You can give me whatever take you'd like here, but again, you got to pay the bills. Shohei Ohtani, man. Come on. Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, Shohei Ohtani. I was about to point out that Armin is a Texas Tech grad, too, so that was kind of fitting for that conversation. Shohei, what was the question related to Shohei Ohtani, or just you saying Shohei Ohtani?
No, I have to, to be a good national radio show, I just needed to, in every interview today and for the rest of time, just say the word Shohei Ohtani to check that box and make sure we're kosher.
See, here's the thing. This is something I learned pretty recently. Shohei Ohtani, a hunk. Guy's a handsome dude. I never thought about him in those terms, but then I was talking to some of my lady baseball friends, and they were like, "Yo, Shohei, that guy's a snack," and I can see it. I can see it. Shohei's. I don't know if Addy Bates is with me on this. I don't know if Curtis is with me on. I don't know if you're with me on this.
No,
Also,
he's not a snack. He's not a snack.
If Josh can have lady baseball friends, Addy, are you my lady baseball friend?
What? Would you like me to be your lady baseball friend?
Josh Graham, how can folks best support you? All right, well, that was that. There goes Josh Graham. You can best support him at Josh Graham Show on Twitter. There you go. Yeah, we lost you for a second because you're driving.
Oh, no, you lost Daniel's right with
there
me
he goes.
and,
All right, dump. That's
it.
That's the dump button. I'll call him later and thank him on our own terms. That's Josh Graham at Josh Graham Show on Twitter. Westwood One Sports Night. Good dude. No, Addy, you don't need to be my lady baseball friend. I need to inquire who Josh's lady baseball friends are, though. What a wild. Oh, this is just my lady baseball friend.
Big
in
Gooner.
Sedona?
Have they never seen, like, Joey Loperfido? Have they never seen, like, young George Springer? Paul Skeens?
Sorry that they called
Dansby
Shohei
Swanson?
hot and Addy doesn't. Dansby Swan? Jose Altuve?
No.
Oh, don't do him dirty like that. Don't do him dirty.
Sure.
Andrew McKinnis from Wager Talk will join the Drake Toll Show when we come back to talk a little hockey. How nuts is this? How crazy is this? The best team on planet Earth just got swept by the Las Vegas Golden Knights. That wasn't supposed to happen. Why did it? This is the Drake Toll Show.
to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee.
Good morning, everyone. Drake Toll with you. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. It is the first day of the rest of our lives because the craziest thing in the world happened. The Las Vegas Golden Knights won a series against the Colorado Avalanche. That's not what makes it the craziest thing in the world. That's pretty crazy. Craziest thing in the world. What makes it the craziest thing in the world is they swept the Colorado Avalanche. That was not supposed to happen. Joining the Drake Toll Show now from Wager Talk, Andrew McKinnis, and where do you start, Andrew? Where do you start? We've met a few times this hockey postseason and talked about how it's the Avs or bust. It's theirs to lose, and they just lost it in 4 games.
That's hockey for you. I was talking to a few people who are putting together these series parlays, right? Carolina parlay with the Avalanche, and then of course the Avalanche lose game 1, or the Hurricanes lose game 1. Okay, that's fine. We'll get an even better parlay. Look, it's not a sport where the best teams always end up winning, but I'm not going to sit here and say that Vegas was not the best team in that series, because they were. They deserved it. They absolutely deserved it. 4-0, 4 straight games. And you know what I respect the most is that whether it was high scoring, medium level scoring, or low scoring games, they found a way to get the job done in every way, shape, or form. So look, people are going to talk about the injuries, and that's absolutely a factor. I mean, no Makar. We found out how important Makar was to that team. If anybody didn't realize how important he was, those games that he missed, that's real tough for them, especially at home for the Avalanche. But this Golden Knights team, and one thing I got to bring up, and I don't have the exact fact here, but I believe there's maybe like 1 or 2 players on the entire Vegas Golden Knight roster that was drafted to the Golden Knights. So this team has come into the league and said, forget about every hockey norm that is usually a thing within the sport, and I'm going to change everything. And whether it's trading players at deadlines, whether it's picking up players, whether it's just dropping bombshells in the offseason, this team does it a little bit different, but nobody can really hate on them because they get the job done.
The Vegas Golden Knights, you fire a coach in the regular season, you go to the Stanley Cup Finals. That's the level of consistency in their first decade in the league they brought to the NHL. How impressive is it what Vegas as an expansion franchise is doing right now to the league?
It's incredible. And I think the biggest thing about it, as I just kind of teased there, this team has never, ever been willing to take a step back quite yet. They don't even know what the word rebuild is. They don't know what the word kind of reset year is. They don't understand what that means. And, some people thought that not signing Jonathan Marchessault back was a low blow. It's a disloyalty, if you will. You talk about getting rid of Alex Tuck, who was there since the beginning, but you get Jack Eichel in return. You talk about a lot of these things that people have, heard about this Golden Knights team. They've been able to overcome all of it, and they just take risks. They make moves, and you even throw in the Tortorella move. Look, I'll be the first one to tell you, when John Tortorella became the coach of the team, 5 of the next 6 games they played were all against non-playoff teams, Drake. This was a team that I think you and I would have coached them to victories in 5 of those 6 games. But you bring in a fresh coach like that, and they get the job done. Look, Mitch Marner up here in Canada where I am, I'll tell you, a lot of Maple Leaf fans are not happy with the way that he's going to the Stanley Cup Finals right now. It has been the funniest thing ever for me as a Canadiens fan to actually witness, the Mitch Marner not make it out of the second round in his whole career, and now he's going to the Stanley Cup Finals. But I think one thing people will forget is just this team has a lot of guys that can do certain jobs. Like when you think about Barbashev or you think about Thomas Hertl, a lot of teams don't have those type of players because they're going to contribute. They're going to be physical. They're going to do what they can do. And then you've got your Eichels, your Dorofeyevs, your Stones that can all get the job done. So, and I got to say, Jack Eichel, we're going to hear a lot of people saying this today, but I have to mention the obvious. terrific 200-foot player. When you think about an offensive skilled player, he gets the job done on both ends. And I think towards the end of the game, when the goalie was pulled, he probably won 3 or 4 faceoffs in a row. And faceoffs are a huge part of the game. So he did a great job as well. And of course, have to mention Carter Hart. I mean, Carter Hart comes in, not playing hockey for, I think it was 2 years, in a real game. And he comes in and now he's taking a team to the Stanley Cup final.
It is one of the great stories in sports. It's what makes playoff hockey great. The atmosphere, the audio from the venue last night, just the crowd buildup as the clock got closer to 0. It's some stuff that people say it. You only get it if you get it. There are a lot of markets that are devoid of hockey in the country that just people that don't get it. They don't take time. And when you hit playoff hockey, there's not much better in pro sports, and that's not hyperbolic. You saw that in Vegas last night with that kind of atmosphere that they produce, and now they're in the Stanley Cup Finals. Andrew McKinnis at McKinnis Picks on the Drake Toll Show. Those Montreal Canadiens, your Canadiens, against the Carolina Hurricanes, you saw it in Game 1. The last couple have been especially this latest loss of so close at home. You're a goal away in OT from a 2-1 series lead. What's left in the Canadiens' tank to knock off a team as complete as the Carolina Hurricanes?
Drake, I had the privilege of being at the game in Montreal Monday night. It was so much fun. 24-hour trip for me. I flew up Monday morning. I got home yesterday morning. I was exhausted, but a great time to experience that atmosphere. And I'll tell you, look, there's no secret. There's no hiding behind it. If this was soccer and an important stat we were going to talk about was possession, it's probably 70-30 in favor of Carolina, if not higher. I mean, that team is so dominant with the puck, the way they control it. Montreal couldn't get the puck out. Montreal likes to be a possession team themselves, but the pressure they're dealing with is just too much for them to deal with a little bit. But I also think that after Game 1, which a lot of people questioned, that long layoff, 11 days, 12 if you count the actual day it came on, this was going to be tough for Carolina to settle in with. After a dud in Game 1, the biggest thing I've noticed is the forecheck from Carolina. Lane Hudson, such a skilled player for Montreal, he is getting hit every chance they can hit him. Carrier, same thing. Matheson, same thing. So the pressure has been good. So I think the big thing for the Canadiens, they have to be able to deal with that pressure. But more often than anything, though, I have to say, I'm not usually someone to call out the top guys because I know they have to play defense as well. But if you look at the playoffs as a whole, the Montreal Canadiens have gotten enough out of their secondary guys. They've gotten enough out of the guys that not the average fan would hear of. Now I'm here to say that you need something from Cole Caulfield. I know he's a smaller guy. He scored 51 goals in the regular season. You got to step up. Slepkovsky, he's been a bit missing since the Tampa Bay series, and Nick Suzuki, it absolutely broke my heart in overtime. He had a breakaway, nobody close to him, and he missed the net. So that was a bit tough. But, let me ask you this, because I've got my bias hat on. Actually, today I'm wearing my Blue Jays hat, but I'm a Habs guy. But let me ask you this. We were talking about a team that has had back-to-back dominant victories over the Montreal Canadiens. And I'm getting messages left and right from people saying how much better they are, how dominant it is. But if we're talking about pure facts, Carolina has scored 4 regulation goals in the last 2 games, and they were so dominant. So, the last time I checked, shots on goal doesn't mean you won a game. The Habs, they need to get more shots. I'm not going to deny that. But when you look at this Carolina team, if I listen to a lot of podcasts about the Habs, if people were doing a podcast about the Hurricanes after the last 2 games, even though they won, should they be a bit frustrated, you think, for the lack of execution too? Because if that's their best and they won in overtime in both games, like how pissed are you right now if you're a Hurricane fan and you're down 2-1 or you're down 3-0? Because they've only had 1-goal victories.
The word survival comes to mind for the way that Carolina's played. That is less of, hey, you went out and dominated a game. You survived. You have to survive a series like this deep into the postseason. And only one team up. Wow, I like being the guest. I need to be asked more questions. Only one team has seen an offensive explosion in any of these games, and it was Montreal, Game 1, where they pummeled in Carolina 6-2. Only one offensive explosion. Only one has shown the potential in this series to have that, and the Canadians could certainly do that again. That's where I think you should derive that hope as a fan of Montreal. And this series now at 2-1, you've still got an opportunity at home to knot it up at 2-2, and from there swipe another on the road and make it interesting. Again, is Carolina the more complete team? Yes. Who is and are the Avs, even without full strength, the more complete team than Vegas? The whole season proved that. Yeah, I've watched it, but that's not what playoff hockey. That's not the ethos, the pathos of playoff hockey. Chaos is, and chaos could be the result tonight. I do want to hit. You got your Blue Jays hat on. I do want to hit some baseball here. The AL has, this is 2 weeks ago, I'm talking AL struggles. The whole AL, they're struggling. And the AL is still struggling. In the NL, bloodbath in the Central, where the Cubs can lose $1 billion in a row and still be above 500. Like, a lot of these baseball storylines have held for the last 14, 20 days. If you're a betting man, and you are, where do you go in baseball right now? I mean, because day to day, the NL is dominating, and futures-wise, are there teams like the Braves and the Dodgers you're trusting long-term?
Well, right now it feels like even more than ever in baseball betting, when I'm looking at the board, is there's like the upper echelon, there's like that mixed bag, and then there's just the real bottom tier. And so what I've tried to do these days is I'm betting on teams that actually I didn't expect to be doing so at the start of the season, or looking at some of these teams' offense. The other day I found myself betting a team total on the Chicago White Sox. I didn't expect that at the start of the year. I didn't even expect to watch one single White Sox game at the start of the year. But it's all about, for me at this point, is finding some under-the-radar offenses. These guys play 162 games, so you got to try and find teams that are playing well right now, playing good baseball right now. And I go across the board, like even the Washington Nationals, their offense, I've had some, I'm shocked how many times I've had them on my card this season. So, but you're right. You look at the good news about the AL. It's like a lot of Blue Jays people will say, it's like, all right, well, we're not doing very well, but so is a lot of other people, so it's kind of like, if you're not going to do well, you want nobody else to do well too. But, I have to admit to you, it's been real tough because I'm not saying they're going back to the series. I'm not saying they were going to have a phenomenal year again. But it makes it even worse with how many injuries they got. Because it's like all the people that said they got lucky, all the people said they couldn't even do it again, couldn't crack the post, all the haters going into the year. It's a pretty easy ride for them when half the team's been injured all year.
That's the case for the Astros, the Blue Jays. A couple contenders come to mind, and I'd say contender. I don't know if anybody expected the Astros preseason to be a contender, but it's odd not to see that logo winning, namely in a West that is a hodgepodge of suck right now, and the Mariners have yet to pull away still in 2026. Andrew McInnes, what is the best way that folks can support you, follow along with your content?
First and foremost, I support your hat. I love that hat. It looks great, and always good music there. For me, 11 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Check me on Puck Time. You can get that at Wager Talk TV, all podcast platforms. We're talking all NHL playoff stuff, and I'm throwing in some World Hockey Championship plays as well. Drake, I don't know if you've been covering that at all. May 15th to May 31st. The quarterfinals start on Thursday, so you guys can check that out as well. And CFL right around the corner. So we got Canadian football starting in about a week and a half, so you can get that as well. My show on Wager Talk is called CFL Betting Blueprint, also running a show called CFL 3-Down Breakdown. So I can't wait for the summer. One sport ends, the other one begins.
We've got our CFL guest on lock here at Westwood One Sports. Andrew, thanks again.
Thank you. Take care.
The idea that, hey, if you want to buy now, you want a value pick, Canadiens, Montreal Canadiens, in their series. The one team that's had the offense in the series against the Carolina Hurricanes aren't a bad future. And great to have Josh Graham, notable Hurricanes fan, followed by Andrew, who's a notable Canadiens fan. Awesome. They give you the now you get to decide after getting both ends of the spectrum. You get to decide. When we come back, let's take you back to last night where the Golden Knights got the sweep. Mike Breen on the call. Mike Tirico, a couple of mics on the call as the San Antonio Spurs fall to the Thunder. And now OKC has a 3-2 lead. We'll give you the highlights, a couple of odd things said by the coaches. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Where will LeBron...
got a sweet little body and she's rolling in the caddy with me.
It's the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you. Where last night, we've been talking hockey. Let's keep it going for a couple more minutes before I give you the Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs, and exactly what happened in Game 5. Here's the final call after Las Vegas, who was up 1-0, then 2-0, then 2-1 with 2 minutes left, and the Avalanche pulled the goalie. Could there be some late magic? No. ESPN, Mike Breen, listen to the crowd get louder and louder the closer the clock gets to 0, and then the horn. Final call, Vegas wins.
Kadri couldn't get it in. McCart is on line. 10 seconds to go. Landeskog stopped by Stone. Eichel sends it in. 3 seconds to go. Vegas goes back to the Stanley Cup final. They sweep the President's Trophy winning Avalanche in the Western Conference final.
Electric. Great call from Mike Breen, too, on ESPN, and Vegas gets it done. Shock to everybody involved. The same Vegas that with a week to go in their regular season fired their coach and hired John Tortorella. I said, hey, John Tortorella, what are you doing? He said, with my grandkids. Why? Do you want to come be the head man over here? Sure. Tortorella spoke to the media last night, immediately after the game, and said that's exactly what he was doing. He was with his grandkids when he got the call.
Okay, now a question about you. You mentioned that it was a few months ago you were sitting, relaxing, spending some time with family. You got a call from Kelly McCrimmon about this opportunity. At this point in your career and everything you've done, how much do you appreciate the opportunity you have now to go to a Stanley Cup final?
Yeah, it was a Sunday. We were just finishing up with our 2 grandkids, and I've never met Kelly, and I got the text. I showed my wife, and she says, "Well, call him." And things happen really quickly. I couldn't be more grateful. It's a great organization. Bill, George, Kelly, they've treated me so well. And to get an opportunity at my stage to come to this team, this organization, I couldn't be more thankful.
Last one for you. I'm not going to ask for you to recite it word for word, but when you go into that dressing room, what's the message to the guys? Because I know the work isn't finished.
Yeah, you know what? And I've already talked to a couple of guys. I consider the 3 rounds, that's playoffs. The last round, if you're still in it, that's when you're playing for the Stanley Cup. So that's what we'll be doing. We're going to play for the Stanley Cup. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool, John. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it, bud.
What a story. Come out of retirement, leave the grandkids, and now coach in a Stanley Cup final. That's awesome. Over the Spurs and Thunder. A little less awesome if you're San Antonio. Yeah, Jared McCain, 3:42 remaining in the game. Thunder up by 12. They're still 3:42, 12-point game. Spurs have a shot. With Victor Wembanyama out there, Spurs have a shot until Jared McCain nails the dagger.
Gilgeous Alexander, now the ball handler, McCain lifting, launching, knocking a 3! Timeout, Spurs!
Chaos in OKC, as it should be. And the final call from Mike Tirico, NBC. Thunder win 127-114.
Game number 5 to the Thunder. 1 win from a return to the finals. And an epic Game 6 awaits us on Thursday night.
38 minutes from Victor Wembanyama. Just 20 points on 4 for 15 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3, 12 for 12 at the free throw line. That's about the only stat that pops off the page. 3 blocks, solid, 2 steals, but this wasn't the Wembanyama we've seen. When the Spurs win, that's not the Wembanyama. You cannot. The Spurs don't have enough tools in the belt for Wembanyama to have a game like this. They don't. You can't win like that against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper. The Spurs played 7 guys. In essence, 7 guys last night. Hey, throw it all. We'll wear you out to hope we win. Didn't work. You wore your guys out to lose. And now one of the most fatigued teams you could draw up, the San Antonio Spurs, given the injuries they put up with, the lack of depth they already had. That fatigued team is tired. Last night, I just want you to listen to the cadence of Mitch Johnson talking about the fatigue for his team. He's asked about fatigue. He sounds he sounds sick in this audio clip. Not a good sign for a guy being asked about his team being tired.
Are you looking at ways to sort of create advantages or scheme for the exhaustion at all, or is that something you're not looking at?
There's probably moments where you feel like the game can be in the balance or really crucial part of the game, I guess, whether you're making a run or the other team's making a run. And sometimes that can supersede the typical rotation or what you're trying to do. But, there's an understanding that if we want these guys to play a certain way, they have to be able to have energy to do it. And so sometimes you just got to make a gut call on that in terms of, what that means in the moment and playing certain guys and what the return on that could be.
Does that sound like a head coach who can instill energy in his team? His team needs energy? Oh. That doesn't sound like the guy who's going to bring it. San Antonio needs something otherworldly from the alien, Victor Wembanyama. Otherwise, this thing's over. They don't have the stamina to keep up with OKC. They can't play 7 guys to Oklahoma City's 12. And maybe for 2 more games, maybe really force the issue. Hey, all of our starters got to play 37 or more minutes. But, man, I just don't think that's a recipe for a team as deep as the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know earlier in the series I had told you that as long as the Spurs' 5 on the floor at any point in time is better than the Thunder's 5 on the floor, they'll be fine. Even if it means you drive yourself into the ground. I'd rather have 7 elite players, 5 elite players, than 12 elite players. There are 12 great players, I should say. And the Thunder the Spurs can do it. They can put 5 on the floor that are better than the Thunder's 5. It's just that depth. If the Thunder wear you down, there's nothing you can do. Because they've got reinforcement after reinforcement. And if Victor Wembanyama is not playing like Victor Wembanyama, that is disastrous for San Antonio. And he was disastrous last night. Thunder have a 3-2 lead. And Brendan Sorsby will never play college football again. Yeah, don't bet player props on your own teammates. Addy Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Meaning it's time for Who Are They?
Wow. Are you ready, Curtis? Drake, are you ready?
Nominally.
Awesome. This person was American shipping and railroad magnate. New York Central Railroad. He was born in New York.
Rockefeller?
Vanderbilt.
It was Vanderbilt. But I like where your head was at, Curtis.
It's also magnate, not magnet.
Oops. I'm going to give you half a point for that, Curtis, because you had the idea. Yeah, Drake, sorry. That's a thing.
Concepts of a plan.
In 1968, this person was born. Who is that? It's an American Baseball Hall of Fame infielder. He was an MLB All-Star in 1994, 96, 97, 99. NL MVP in 1994, Gold Glove Award winner in 1994, and he played for the Houston Astros when he did so. Hall
I'll
of
see
Famer.
myself out on this one.
Had a very... What'd you say?
Bagwell?
Yes! Oh my gosh, Drake! I can't believe
They
you
call
know
him
that.
Baggy, sorry. Jeff Bagwell?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
sorry.
knew. I know whatever. This person was born in 1975. His name is Benjamin, but you're going to have to give me his little alias name that he goes by. He is an American rapper in the group Outkast. And he's from Atlanta, Georgia.
Curtis?
There's only a couple. Is it Will.i.am?
That's
different
that is
band.
the
Black Eyed
Black Eyed
Peas.
Peas.
Never mind.
You're looking for Big Boy or Andre 3000. And
Pick
this
one.
one's Big Boy.
Curtis, does that mean you're guessing Andre 3000?
Yeah.
Curtis
Stop.
got the point.
Stop.
Curtis got the point.
No, okay.
In the meat.
He looked at my homework.
Yep. It's your fault for not covering the answers. All right, this singer was born in 1939. He is an American country singer, with his biggest song being I Believe in You, and he's from Texas. God, you don't know.
Bad Bunny.
Bob Bonnet.
Post Malone.
Hank Williams. Hank Jr.? Is it Hank Jr.?
Bum.
John Conley.
Oh my God, how do you not know
Who
Don
is it?
Williams?
Conway Twitty.
Huh. You could have used Tulsa Time or any other Don Williams song, but it's fine. All right, we got time for one more.
He only knows Tulsa Time. Alrighty, this is an Emmy Award-winning American actor, comedian, director, producer, and screenwriter. He's known for his blend of slapstick and sharp wit in films like Zoolander, There's Something About Mary, and
Stiller.
Tropic. Wow.
I doubled
Curtis
the size of
won
it,
that.
you dumb person.
Curtis won today.
Judd Apatow.
Well, Curtis won.
Notable Knicks fan, by the way. Notable
Drake
Knicks
is
fan.
The
Ben
loser of the
Stiller.
day.
The big loser. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. Thank you, Arvin Williams, Colin Jones, Bruce Gilbert, and Ryan McGuire for giving me a job every day. I'll see you cats tomorrow. Nick Costos, you better, you bet. Yes, Costos? Nick Costos, you better, you bet. It's coming up for the fastest show in all sports. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This has been, always will be, the Drake Toll Show.
Anyway.